everybody. This is Heroes and Brews with Nerdy Dudes. We are your friendly neighborhood Beeroes, Kev, Ty,
and Kev, and Ty.
I like to switch it up.
Kev, and Ty, and Ty.
We're doing villain or just a dick. And you know what just came out?
What?
Infinity War. So who do we have to do a villain or dick for?
Thanos.
So Kev, let's discuss. Is Thanos a villain? Or is he just a dick?
All right, man.
Let's get right into it.
So, like I said in our film reaction, Marvel has, they've been known to, their films are strong. They do no wrong, except for the villain side of it. The villains have been kind of weak and disposable. Well, this time...
Is Thanos disposable?
Absolutely not. All right, I was talking to my friend Marcus, because he had seen it before we had, and I said, dude, tell me how's Thanos, because I keep hearing really good things. And he said, honestly, man, he's right up there with the Joker for me as the greatest villain of all time. So after seeing this, it's tough. They're and I think just Josh Brolin's performance as Thanos is what really delivers it. He's such and like I've said before, what makes a great villain is somebody who, number one, commands the screen, commands the audience. Somebody who, in a way, when you dive into their backstory, you get a sense of why they're doing what they're doing, and you almost sympathize with them. And there were scenes in this movie where you could see that he actually had a heart in a way and had some emotional feeling towards certain characters, meaning Gamora. But at the same time, he was very manipulative, and that also makes a great villain. To really convince people that what they're doing is right, even though ultimately, morally, it's not.
Also, spoiler alert.
Yeah.
We haven't said anything yet. Spoilers.
Okay.
Out the wazoo in this, probably.
I was like,
so
shit.
Prepare.
What did I say?
Sorry.
Thank you. No. Good thing. Thank you. Good save. So I, as a viewer, felt very intimidated by him. Not just because of how large this gentleman is.
His presence.
His presence. He commands the screen.
Like you said, it was pretty much his movie.
Yes.
And he was in your face the whole time.
It was Thanos, the movie.
Seriously.
Featuring the Avengers.
And then it said Thanos will return. So, the Avengers aren't returning. Thanos is coming back with
And I believe when it said Thanos will return, you were like, fuck yeah.
He said, but that's a good villain.
That is a good
that's
thing.
A good villain,
Yeah.
And my thing with Thanos was that, especially for me, to make a good villain, you need to have no fear. Because there's those villains that try and skirt their way around the hero. They try and trick the hero. They don't try and face them head on.
More dick quality.
Yeah. Thanos is just like, I'm going to roll through you, and I'm going to get these stones regardless of what you guys do. I don't care if it's the Hulk trying to beat me up, I'm going to kick his ass.
Yeah.
I don't care if it's Thor, I'm going to kick his ass. I don't care if it's half a planet, the planet's going to be destroyed. I don't care if you're a moon, because I'll crumple you up and throw you at people. So... That's what kind of villain Thanos is.
I don't know what dick can do. Can throw a planet or a moon or anything like that. That's perfect. Is just like you said, he is going to go through you. Man, you really painted a nice picture there. A villain's not gonna go around and he's just going. He knows what he's going to do. Yes. And he is going to destroy and kill literally whoever he has to ultimately reach his goal.
Mm-hmm. And it's just wild because this is the first villain. Because usually in movies, the villain gets their goal, but then there's a way to stop it. There was no stopping him. Half the Avengers are gone.
Yeah.
And no offense, my heartstrings were getting ripped out of me when almost everyone was gone, and it's Tony and it's Peter left. And Peter's like, I don't feel so good. I'm getting the chills right now. He's like, I don't feel so good.
Oh, God.
And he's just going to Tony, I don't want to die. I don't want to die yet. I don't want to die. And I'm like, dude, just go up and dust already because my heart's about to rip up. Like, please, just stop talking. But he kept saying it.
I was so
and
choked
Tony's
up.
like hugging him and like bringing him to the ground.
Oh,
and you just see him slowly disintegrate. I'm like,
oh, man.
I don't even know what to think right now. Because that's what you get. He's a kid, Mr. Spider-Man. Tom Holland / this Spider-Man in this universe is a kid. He's in high school.
Which he should be.
Exactly.
And yet again, they nailed it.
No one wants to die that young. He has a whole life ahead of him, and he knows that. And, it's cool playing a superhero and be able to kick butt and save the day. But when you're on the other end, when the villain takes over and there's nothing you can do about it, and you're just seeing yourself disappear and die, it's scary, especially for someone who just started out.
And that's why I think it was so emotional for Tony, because we saw their relationship blossom in Civil War, and then it continued in Homecoming.
Yeah.
And to have this very father-son relationship, and Tony was very torn. Tony was, this kid has something here, but I don't know if he's quite ready.
Yeah.
And but we need him, even though he's not ready. I know I can't do this without him.
Yes.
And that's what I thought during that scene was all Tony could think is, I did this.
Yeah.
I killed him. I brought him along because I needed him, and I let him die.
Which I think Tony's going to keep with him in his conscience for the next movie. But you can't think that way because regardless, Thanos getting all 6 stones, he was going to make half the population disappear. Regardless, Peter Parker could have been that half of population to just disappear regardless if he put on a mantle or not,
Yes.
So I hope he doesn't think that because the next movie they have to get their brains together and start whooping some Thanos butt.
But for now, Thanos is just sitting there smiling. And that's another, what a villain smile. It's a little bit dickish though. It's a little bit of a dick.
No, it's just
more villain.
Complete
but,
villain. To stare off in the sunset.
Yeah, yeah. To stare off in the sunset while everybody just turned into dust.
Half the world, half the universe just went to dust. And you just sit back and you smile and you watch the sunrise, or I forget, I think it was sunrise.
Was it rising? I think it was rising.
And he just had this sick smile on his face because he knew what he wanted. He got what he wanted regardless of the cost. Because in that flashback with young Gamora, she's like, was it worth everything? Or she was like, did you lose a lot or something? And he's like, I lost a lot, but it was worth it to him.
Yeah.
Because he had that misery of his own planet dying. Well, not dying, but like the population getting wiped out because of overpopulation. And he was trying to stop the universe from dying, I guess, in his mind, And he did that. He saved the universe in his mind.
And you bringing that up made me think of another point, which makes him a great villain, is he was always one step ahead of everybody.
Always.
Every scene where you thought they did it. This is it. Okay, I see what happened now.
Yeah.
They're gonna win. He was always one step ahead, and then to watch the Avengers' faces to just look in such disbelief and such emotion that. You're kidding. It was just defeat.
Especially because, it's funny because they did such a good job with this, too, that when Gamora first stabbed Thanos, when they went to nowhere, and I was like, wait, did she really just do that? She really just stabbed him. I was like, is she going to just, pop up and not be dead?
Is it over
But
already?
I keep forgetting that, the Reality Stone was in nowhere. Nowhere. But then what it finally kicked in before he actually used it. I'm like, wait, Reality Stone, he has it. And then everything comes back, and I'm like, they did such a good job making you believe. like the Avengers and the Guardians made the right steps, but they didn't. Because Thanos was always, like you said, 2, 3, 4, 5 steps ahead.
Yes, it's in the scene with Scarlet Witch where she thought she destroyed the Mind Stone, correct? In Vision.
Yeah, but too bad he just grabbed the Time Stone from Doctor Strange and was like,
Psych.
nope, rewind, wait, he's alive, stop, let me take that, now you're dead again, and my gauntlet's finished.
But then Thor comes and then stabs him with Stormbreaker, and you think, Thor did it. Yeah.
And he's like, should have stabbed my head.
That's what I mean. They were all just like, son of a bitch.
So, I'm going to go on a limb and say Thanos was definitely a villain. Sold from the ending scene with him staring out into the sunrise with a smile on his face to end the whole movie. And when he snapped his finger and it comes back to the scene and Thor goes, what did you do? And he just floats out. That's a villain. That's a villain.
You just gave me chills again because I just thought of that. And what does Cap say when he's just sitting there on the ground? What does he say? I forget what he says.
I forget what he says.
Like, what the hell happened? I know that's what he said, but it was just like...
That's what I was saying. What the hell
just happened? Like, how... Like...
This was like gosh. To me, Thanos was the villain among villains. Of all the villainer dicks we've done, and the villainer dicks we will probably do, I don't think anyone is going to touch Thanos.
Nobody
from this
is going to touch Thanos.
Because he was just diabolical. He was unstoppable. And that's how the movie ended. He was unstoppable. He came victorious. There was no heroes that came out happy.
Yeah.
They didn't win. Thanos won.
I mean, I thought the entire time, how are they going to win this? I really thought, if they're going to end this Infinity War movie and just have it its own thing, and then Avengers 4 is a new story, I'm curious to see how they're going to end this.
We got the core Avengers are alive and kicking. And Rocket. Sorry. Core Avengers and Rocket.
That is very interesting.
Yeah.
Real quick, I know it's a villain or dick, and I think we both decided that Thanos is a...
I said he's a villain. What do you think?
Absolutely a villain. There's no question. I think I said it right in the beginning of the thing, which I said I wasn't going to do.
No, I thought you were talking about it, you know?
Oh, okay. He's a villain. We thought that was very interesting how it's only the OG Avengers that are remaining. And that must mean something. And
why'd you take T'Challa? Like, why?
Yeah,
that's why you're a villain.
You're really distraught about that.
So mad.
Yeah.
Sorry, continue.
The Black Panther, man. He's gone. I don't know. I think that's pretty awesome though. That right now you're gonna wipe out everybody else.
Yeah.
And bring back what started it all to finish it all.
I agree. Especially and Phase 4 with that. Like, that's awesome.
Is that what they're in now? Phase 4?
I think after this movie it starts Phase 4. I'm not 100% sure. I'm pretty sure.
I don't know when the phases begin and end. I don't know either. I'm not sure.
It's too confusing.
Yeah, I don't know that. But
I just know you're a villain when you take out T'Challa from me.
That's right. As soon as he was gone, I think you almost got up and walked out, and I was like, just sit and finish the film.
I wanted to start swiping fists at people. That wasn't their fault. I was just
dropping
pissed.
bows.
I was mad.
Bows.
Boy, T'Challa, man.
Yeah, man. He'll be back. Or will he?
Not soon enough.
Or will he? I don't know.
We'll have to find out.
Infinity War, bitch.
Dude.
Damn.
When a villain makes you emotionally drained, he's a villain, okay?
Yeah,
when you chug a beer and a half, I'm almost done with this one. 2 beers within less than a half an hour. I think less than,
it's a lot to process.
I think you just turned to the Hulk.
Did I?
Yeah, these cans are tough.
Oh my god, yeah, these are really sturdy cans.
That's how mad Thanos made Kevin.
He did, but at the same time, I really loved when he was on the screen.
Yeah, he killed the screen.
Yeah, I loved every time he was on the screen.
Yeah.
You know? I'll admit. I didn't like when he made Peter Parker into Ash.
No, I wanted to punch people.
Yeah, but
But I didn't punch people. But let us know your thoughts. Thanos.
Yeah.
from Avengers Infinity War, the movie. Is he a villain? Is he a villain?
Or just a dick?
Or is he a villain?
Or
Oh, sorry, no. Is he a villain? Or just a dick?
villain, because he's a villain.
He's definitely a villain.
Yeah, I don't think there's any
If you
debate
think he's
in
a
this
dick, I don't even know what to say.
Yeah, I don't.
You're wrong.
Don't leave a.
I agree with people's opinions, but if you think Thanos is a dick, you're wrong. That's it. That's the end of this episode's done. Thanos is a villain.
That's it.
He's never gonna
I'm
be.
sweating.
He's never gonna
It's
be a
so
dick.
hot.
Maybe next year he'll be a dick. Probably not, because he's a villain.
No, he'll always be.
Thank
a
you
villain,
for
and that's
watching. Thanos is a villain. Kev thinks so too.
that. Yes, I do.
He's a villain.
No question.
We'll see you soon. Cheers.
Crush can.
Crush
Cheers.
cans. Cheers. Hey guys, don't forget to use our promo code ONTOVOR, Beeroes. It's BEEROES.
This app Tavor will open up your world to all these different craft beers that you never even knew existed. If you download the app, you may find your next favorite beer that isn't even in your area. It could be from Iowa. It could be from Texas.
Hawaii.
Who knows? Hawaii. Check it out. Check it out, guys. You won't be disappointed.